On Thursday, we played ULM, which we wound up getting that victory, where Tamara Johnson went 0 for 10. I'm pretty sure y'all know of that. But for us to squeeze that victory out with her not scoring a point was excellent. It shows the true testimony of this team, how it's built, where you don't have a Brandon Williams. Lene Wheaton's up and down right now, trying to get healthy, trying to get back 100%. And Tamara Johnson goes 0 for 10, and we still find a way to pull out that victory. So kudos to this team that we have. Now, saying that, to go to Arkansas State, which is a tough place to play, and even though we kind of have an older team, that was everybody's first time playing at Arkansas State in Jonesboro, and it's a tough place to play. So for the way we started, it showed, but the way we finished, we really applaud our team for that.
Is there any positive to that type of game where you start, I think it was like 3 for 23 shooting at one point, but then you claw back into it, and I think you cut it to as little as 7. Does it give any positives to, as a coaching staff, to say like, hey, we dug ourselves in a hole, but we almost were able to climb all the way back out?
There was a lot of positives out of that game for the fact that we were down 27 points to crawl back down to 7 points, like you said. Scoring only 2 points in the first quarter and giving up 21 points that first quarter. Offensively and defensively, we kind of beating our heads up on that one. You know, it's no really side to blame on that part of it, but we know we could have done better on both sides of the ball in the first quarter to still score 59 points after scoring 2 points and to kind of holding them to 69 and losing by 10. So it was a lot of bright spots in there. Plus, we played right after the men, so which gave us approximately 30 minutes to warm up, and that's our first time this year having that 30-minute window to warm up, that's how the conference tournament is going to be in any form or fashion. So it kind of prepared us to play that way and to get our timing ready for the ones that never experienced conference tournament play.
Is, though, Arkansas State, would you consider that one of y'all tougher matchups? Because they've actually been playing pretty well lately. They've won 3 out of 4 now.
Yes, it's like I said, it's always tough to play there. I think we have been beating them the past couple of years, you know, with an experienced team. However, playing in Jonesboro, we never played there last year. And again, that's this team's first time, these players' first time playing out there. And it's tough to play out there. We experienced a 50-point loss our first year here when me and Coach Broadhead got here. So we know how tough it is to play out there. So, and she got them rolling. Coach Dez has them rolling. They beat Troy, last week also. So it's they're kind of peaking at the right time, but we gaining our experience at the right time also.
How big is it that you got 2 home games against teams that are right there with you in this crazy battle right now? You've got them both at home this week.
It's a beautiful place to have them here at the Cajun Dome. We get to sleep in our own beds. We get to have our own routine, and we get to control what we can control now, as far as our sleep, our eating regimens, and now it's position basketball to where we can fall at conference tournament.
Do you think Thursday's game, you know, like you said, Tamara Johnson going 0 for 10, you guys are really having to fight for that victory. Do you think that attributed to the slow start Saturday at all?
It was a lot that contributed to it, but at the same time, I think for her, she's a fighter. She's a fighter. She will find a way to contribute to the game. So honestly, I didn't even know she didn't even score till Coach Broadhead came into the locker room and said it, because the way she impacts the game, I mean, she does it in all forms of fashion.
So what do you remember about, I mean, y'all handled Texas State for whatever reason. Y'all match up pretty well with them, but these 2 teams, talk about the first games and how does that play into the matchup for the second?
Well, Texas State, which is a familiar foe of ours, we match up very well with them, and we used to them, so we really know how to prepare for them. So it's kind of going to be how tough they want to position themselves for the conference tournament also, and for ourselves. So it's going to be a fight on Wednesday. Southern Miss, we played them fairly well at their place, and it's a new foe of ours. However, I think that we played them earlier helps, and this is not the first time that we're meeting And I think our girls believe that we should have beaten them the first time, and now we have them here at the Cajun Dome.
So do you just expect to shoot better and playing in the Cajun Dome, or what gives you hope that y'all can win, play better offensively in these two games?
Because they see your face, Kevin. You're on the baseline. You give us hope. Nah, it's just that they growing. All these experiences that we've been through helps us in propelling us to that. Again, like I said, we played a lot of games. Who's to say that we would have beat the teams, without Lene Wheaton playing? We played Troy to the battle without Lene. We beat Monroe without Lene, Arkansas State without Lene, and now we're putting it together. I think our bench at JMU was Mariah Stewart coming off the bench for 17 points. AB had 16 points. That's blatant, by the way. We call it AB. 16 points against ULM. Jalen James is coming around a little bit more. Ashlyn Jones is coming around. So I think we're getting the pieces of the others coming around at the right time.
Do you feel like because those puzzle pieces are kind of coming together towards the back half of the season now, that it's going to help you guys to catch fire and then push that towards the conference tournament?
Yes, exactly, because the way is maybe every other – hopefully we get our bye, we get our position to get that double bye. But we know now in the fourth quarter we can have the legs, unlike Troy in the overtime where we didn't have the legs. Now we have the legs to fight through because we know we can position Jones, Blanton, James, Stewart in those positions to help us fight through for the fourth quarter.